Hey Pisces, how are you doing? Welcome in. It's been a while. I hope everyone's doing well. Shout out to Pat. Pat, I hope you're still around and doing okay. So I got a new deck and I'm going to try it out on you guys. It's called the Human Spirit Oracle. I saw it on San Tarot's channel. She's amazing at looking at the imagery of the cards. So if you like tarot readings like that, definitely check her out. And I really love these because they give real life metaphors here. So in your present situation, please remember, just take what resonates, leave the rest. You guys know that. So in your present situation, you have the road less traveled. That's interesting. Are you now on the road less traveled? Or is it just a road that you've never traveled? Let's see what changes are needed. Get your spread out here. What comes around goes around. Ooh, interesting. All right, let's see. Pisces present situation with the road less traveled. Oh, I don't know how those letting go. So you did let go of something and go down a different path. And I think it was really hard to do that. And the greenery on this card seems significant. And the number 8. I don't know if August 10th or 10/8 is significant, but it feels like it would have happened, I don't know, around spring or fall for some reason. Suppression, change, and flowering. So yeah, that letting go was hard. You had suppressed that for a long time. And also, I think you've been suppressing the feelings around that. Sometimes when we're going down a road that's less traveled, it's exciting, it's new, or it just causes us to focus our attention on where we're headed instead of where we've been. And so maybe for a while you were able to suppress that. But now I feel like things are really changing and this new path is opening up with the flowering card. That's awesome to see. So the causes of conflicts and obstacles is third eye blind. So your intuition's trying to tell you something that you're not quite seeing. It's number 42. That might be significant. I know that 42's been coming out in a lot of the readings lately. Trust. So you're just not trusting that intuition. And maybe it's led you astray in the past. And sometimes when we have our intuition do that, or it feels like that's happened, we feel very duped, by the universe. So trust, we are the world, and laziness. Laziness is also a procrastination or a complacency energy here. And to me, it's like just not wanting to see something that your intuition's trying to tell you. Like, I'm going to ignore it. He's sitting here with this little cocktail in one hand, looking out at I'm assuming an ocean. But something needs to close out, and they're asking, please trust this process. Let's see what needs to close out. What is this laziness here for? What needs to close out? Oh, that tried to flip over. 7 of Cups. So that's just confusion surrounding that intuition and going back and forth on it. Like, I don't want to completely make this change. And it's interesting how all those colors kind of flow together. Because in the past, whenever you were sparked, whenever you had that hit of intuition come through, it ended in a 5 of Pentacles situation. And you felt very left out in the cold or forsaken by your guides, something to that extent. But that's still not saying what they're trying to get you to say. But with the 2 of Pentacles, I think they're just trying to get you to move and close it out. So what is closing out? They might want me to get a different deck out here. The 2 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. So something in love or a partnership of some kind that left you really brokenhearted, did a number on you. Like the 3 of Swords and the 10 of Swords are my 2 least favorite cards, and I can feel them in my heart chakra every time they come out. And this guy on this card is like screaming in pain. And I feel like he's screaming like, when does it stop? When am I no longer tied to these red strings that are all over here? And it's just because it was, a soul contract. 2 2s here too. That's interesting. And they're saying it's okay to trust new love coming in and to let this go. So, changes that are needed. And that's interesting that you kind of have the what goes around comes around card here. How does that reflect changes that are needed? Maybe let the universe do its job in regards to karma. Past lives, ordinariness, innocence, the burden, and postponement. Man, I think it's definitely a mindset. And see this merry-go-round that's on top of her head, this carousel that just keeps going around and around and around. I think it's a lot like this. You felt this past life connection with someone. You saw the beauty and everything in it. You were innocent and loved in the sense that like you had no problem just opening that heart. And even if you did have issues with them, you didn't. You innocently took that leap of faith. But it didn't go as planned with postponement. And the burden is a lot, because followed by ordinariness, it's like now you just see the world as ordinary. You don't believe in the magic anymore. And then also it's like it fits this perfectly. See, it's gray and they're missing the color. It's like all of a sudden now everything's gray. What do you have to add to that with the tarot? I think there's some more to add to this. It's time to move forward, because there is a lot of beauty, and it is hard to get that, you know, spark back, to have that download in, because it's hard to trust when you're still in this Three of Swords, or when you can still feel it. Now, here's the awesome part. They're saying it's time to be inspired and heal with the Star. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. Have that in your chart somewhere. Don't have to, though. Six of Swords moving forward, and the Six of Wands. So again, 2, 2, 6, 6. Like the divine is screaming. Oh, and there's another 6 here with the burden. So don't let that hold you back. It's saying move forward. You have success. Six of Wands, success is assured. All right, so let's see where your strengths lie, Pisces, at this time. Wallflower. In this card, she kind of blends into the scenery, and she knows all the secrets. See, her hand is over her mouth, and look at that, 22 again. That is extremely significant for someone out there. I mean, they come out a lot. I get talked to a lot through my guides with numbers, but yeah, this one's oddly specific today. So what is up with this wallflower energy, and how is that a strength to Pisces at this time? This is kind of surprising, because these aren't exactly going with the flow. Projections, friendliness. That's also a 2 card. The miser and comparison. I think the strength is, until you get all the information, you're not going to speak of this. You're not going to make a final decision in your head. Or you haven't up until this point. I mean, because obviously you're already on the road less traveled. But see how her mind is open right there? I think that's it. I think that somewhere along the line somebody had an epiphany, and they're able to hold back all of their feelings of comparison, projections, and they're able to go with the flow with friendliness. So it's like, until I can play in the sandbox with a smile on my face, I'm going to kind of keep it to myself for now. So what are they holding back on? Well, actually, I can guess that's just feelings. Let's go with comparison. What are they comparing to here for the Pisces? Ace of Cups and the King of Swords. So trying to reconcile the heart with the mind. And guys, like, you know and I know, love is not logical at all. The best way to do that is take the wisdom and use that as logic and combine that with your heart chakra. And it's almost with this King of Swords, it's like I'm trying to figure out where this love came from, or the basis behind it, which doesn't necessarily make sense. It might for somebody, but that ends up being a strength in some way. And I think it's just because there's a new perspective coming in there, and you have the ability to be able to see that and not, I don't know, cause a tower for yourself by saying something that you might regret. All right, so other challenges is all aboard, number 7. And look, that tunnel's open and the train is going through. So it's almost like you're at the beginning of this path and they're trying to get you to go all the way inside somehow. Being that it's a water sign, maybe it is a different perspective on your logical approach here. What it has to go with this other challenges for all on board. And I think they're just trying to get you on board with the game plan and move you forward. But you don't quite want to go. You want to stay a wallflower until you figure everything out. So there's a breakthrough. Oh, these people almost look exactly alike. And these cards are not even made by the same people. Politics, harmony, schizophrenia. So the challenges here is what's keeping you from having this big breakthrough or driving that train finally through the tunnel is the Seven of Swords energy, the Two of Swords energy, and there's the harmony. So that's interrupting your harmony. Let's see. Let's figure out why the Seven and the Two of Swords. What's their thoughts around the Seven and the Two of Swords, please? Temperance. Yeah, so it could be overly patient. Maybe too much time has passed. You've been too patient to get on that train. Queen of Cups. So we've got the Queen of Cups, Temperance, and the Devil. Sag and Capricorn energy here. And also yours, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That's interesting, though, that this came out as a conflict because, golly, that's what you get as a reader all the time is divine timing and have patience and Archangel Michael. So maybe you've been impatient. It didn't come through in the time that you expected. You expected an apology or an offer of love, some healing to this, something to have made it worth your while. Four of Swords, Nine of Cups. And I think you're hesitating because of this Knight of Cups. Maybe you feel like you can't move forward unless there's some closure with the Four of Swords. And they're saying, no, get on the train. What's waiting on that train for Pisces? Whoops, I don't know what that was, but we shall see here in a second. Strength. Could be a Leo. King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, the Emperor. They all kind of fell down. I don't know that they wanted me to ask that way. Let's try this again, guys. Hopefully they don't get irritated. I'm just kidding. They don't get irritated. What is on this train for the Pisces? Happiness, celebration, Three of Cups, the Chariot, and the World. A whole new cycle. So you got the World twice. A whole new world is what I'm hearing. So that Three of Swords is going to feel very much diminished. Like, you'll always remember the pain, but you can go back to it without it tearing up your soul. And I think that's what they're saying here. That's how you get there. That's how you get rid of those strings as you drive that train. So let's see the final outcome for Pisces. I hope that you guys like this reading. If it resonated, drop a comment down below if you'd like, or stick around. Count your chickens. Number 37. So does that mean that it's guaranteed? Because it's not saying don't count your chickens. It's saying success is assured and guaranteed if we can just... There's slowing down. Sorrow. Tuning in. And rebirth. Okay. So it's going to see, like, maybe whenever you saw this train track open up or the steps going into this tunnel, you thought it was going to be a train, but it's more like a walking path. And that is the challenge, because up here it's a train coming through and they're saying, no, it needed more time. Things had to slow down so that you could get a new perspective, because you have to tune in and transmute this sorrow, or at least admit to it and deal with it. Which means we have to face it sometimes, and we have to face the hard truths and the questions and the answers that we don't want to admit to. But what they're saying is, like, as soon as you do that, rebirth is assured. What else to add to this? And there's something to that counting the chickens as well. Chicken seems very significant, like someone's been scared to face something or to leave someone behind. Maybe thinking that they won't find this with someone else. We've got the Three of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So it's almost like this expectation that was not met in the past that can be met now with Count Your Chickens, if we can get the blindfolds off, which is another 2 for the record. So they're bringing in your ship. They're bringing in the wave for this surfer girl to get on with the Ten of Pentacles. That is lovely, Pisces. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I am sending you lots of love and light, and I'll be back soon. Take care.